Hello again, everybody. Welcome back to the podcast Retro Life for You, movies of the 80s and 90s. My name is Chris Adams, host of the show, and with us, as always, Mr. Marty Phillips.
What up, Chris?
I would like to point out my clean name tag under my name where it says, "No one steals the leprechaun's gold," and point out that Marty is being a bit on the ornery
Dirty
side
side.
this week.
That's right. That's
F
right.
you, Lucky Charms. Yes, Marty. Thank you very much for this family friendly show.
Well, hey, I could have put the whole thing.
I don't know where the confusion came from. I mean, no one's ever really said we're a family friendly show. I mean, even if you look at the YouTube page, it doesn't say that we're made for kids or anything.
Yeah.
I mean, it's just the way it's been. We've just been, keeping it that way more or less. I mean, there's been people come on.
We try not to drop any F-bombs, but
Right.
every now and then, some do slip by.
Every now and then, some people mess up.
Uh-huh.
Not gonna point any names.
Yeah.
Anyway,
no names.
I'd like to go ahead and start this week by saying, instead of waiting to the end, don't forget to like us and subscribe here on YouTube and hit that bell notification so you know when we have new stuff come out. Ring the bell, and then when you're done ringing that bell and following us on there, make your way over to Facebook and Instagram. Like us and follow us on there as well, so you can have some fun on the social media with us and everything, and participate in any questions or polls that we may put up and things of that nature and everything. So we definitely look forward to having you guys follow us and encourage you to do so you don't miss a thing. So today, this week, we are doing the movie Leprechaun.
Yeah, number one.
The first Leprechaun, yes, 1992 or 93.
93, I think.
I guess it depends on where you look. The thing I put together earlier came up with 93, but if I go to IMDb, it says 92. And it's been pointed out from a reliable source. IMDb is not always accurate, so I mean, I don't know.
Very, very true. Very true.
We're just gonna say it's one of the two.
Yeah.
That's what we're gonna do. But
I want to say it was a summer release. Leprechaun was. So,
well, according to IMDb, if we want to take it to be the gospel here, it is January 8th, 1993.
Oh no, it was during the wintertime.
Yeah, that's if it's correct. So I don't know, but that's what they got listed in here. So could be. Who knows?
Yeah. Who knows?
But if you're not very familiar with it, basically the brief breakdown here: a greedy man steals gold from a mysterious leprechaun, only to trap the creature before it can take revenge. Years later, the leprechaun is accidentally released and begins a murderous hunt to reclaim all of his gold, terrorizing a group of unsuspecting people staying at a farmhouse. So you can think of it as like a fairy tale meets slasher film with a little dark comedy twist.
Yeah, it definitely had some funny moments. So
yeah. The guy who stole his gold to begin with, technically he trapped the leprechaun, he says at the beginning of the movie, didn't he? He's telling his wife that he'd been drinking and all, but he's telling her that he trapped a leprechaun, and the rules were he got to give him his gold since he trapped him. And I don't remember what happened where he was.
Yeah, I mean, it didn't really explain too much because he's got his gold, and then somehow he gets loose from wherever he had him at.
Didn't the wife?
And then he kills the wife. So
but didn't the wife do something that ended up freeing him by accident?
Not that I know of. I mean, you just kind of like see her on the front porch, and then the lightning striking. Well, you hear the thunder, and then you see the lightning in the background as like the lights are flickering in the sky, and then you kind of hear like this little like cackling, like you hear him laughing or something. Yeah. So, I mean, it was like he had already gotten free from wherever the guy had trapped him at, and basically, she goes into the house, and then you hear the cackling coming from the downstairs in the basement, and then that's when she goes. Most most people don't realize that in a horror movie you're not supposed to go down to the basement or
Hey,
go upstairs,
yeah, don't go upstairs, don't go
and don't go to
downstairs,
the house, and don't go to the basement. So
especially the basement. Don't go to the basement alone in the
yeah,
dark.
I mean,
You
I
know,
mean,
come on.
you're going into a place basically. There's only one way out. I mean, there might be a tiny window in the basement, that you can barely crawl through. And
Mhm.
it's like, and if you're lucky, there's like a cellar door that's like right there, and you can like open that up and make your way out and escape out of the basement.
And
But
whatever you do, don't say, "I'll be right back."
exactly,
Oh, wait, that's the wrong horror movie. My
yeah,
bad.
yeah, wrong horror movie, but
My bad. Different slasher.
uh, she goes down to the basement and she's investigating, and then I think what he don't he like grab her from the back of the leg, and then she goes tumbling down the steps and she breaks her neck.
I believe so is what it is.
Okay,
Yeah,
yeah,
she tries to get away, I think, back up the steps or something.
yeah,
I
yeah,
guess she sees him and she's like, "What are you?" He's like, "Well, I'm a leprechaun, of course."
yeah,
Like,
exactly.
did me buckle on my shoe?
Yeah, he's all like, "See me buckles."
Yeah. Then the guy comes in there, the one that had him trapped to begin with, and I, I I'm thinking he shoots him, and the leprechaun
Well,
hasn't got all his
he's
powers
shooting
yet.
at him. Yeah,
Well, he's shooting at him, but I think he hits him at one point. The leprechaun don't have all of his powers back yet. He gets him in
mhm.
this crate and puts the top on it, and he nails a four. Well, he sets a four-leaf clover down on top of it,
Yeah. That
and the
way it
four-leaf
does
clover
trap him.
traps him.
Yeah,
Yeah, and then
yeah,
he nails the crate shut. Right,
yeah. And
and then
that little mother, he's cussing him out, saying, "Let me out of here!"
yeah,
and he's banging the nails in. And then what? He has a heart attack or a stroke
well,
or
he
something.
even though he don't have all of his powers, I think he did something that cursed him with a stroke.
Yeah.
Because you find out later on, so many years down the road, that the man who was telling the guy the leprechaun stories, he was in this old folks home where he had a bad stroke years ago and everything. So
Man, that was like one of the funniest parts of the movie. Oh, Warwick Davis in the wheelchair. He's just rolling that mug like me.
all right, all right. They say he did most of his own stunts to keep it as realistic as he could.
Mhm.
In this movie and everything. So I mean, kudos to him for that. Did you know the movie had some difficulty at first? Actually, there's a special credit in the movie. I guess in the credits and everything. I was reading the trivia stuff earlier that Dan Quayle, who was vice president at the time, got special. What was I don't say special notification, but I mean he got a special thanks, I guess,
Having a movie made.
because they rushed the work visa for Warwick Davis.
Christopher, I don't know if it's on your end or my end, but you just froze.
Who?
I mean, I look like I'm still moving. So, are you having
Okay, Marty,
technical
you there?
difficulties?
Are you there, Marty?
Yeah, I'm here.
All right, I'm
Can
sorry.
you
I
hear
don't know
me?
what happened with that, everybody. We had, yeah, there was something. I don't know. It must be on my end because I saw it start, closing both of our camera windows out and everything. I was checking to see my internet's still going, but I don't know if something happened on mine or not. So sorry for the technical difficulties there.
You just made the
Hopefully we
list.
go smooth the rest of the way. I just made.
You just made the list.
Oops, I hit two buttons. But anyway, I just made the list. Um, but Dan Quayle received special thanks credit because his office sped up a working visa for British actor Warwick Davis. So the movie had some difficulty starting off and everything, at least. And then George Lucas received a special thanks as well, special thanks credit, because he was under contract to him, and they gave Warwick Davis permission to appear in the movie. George Lucas and his group did, since he was under contract.
Because he played Wicket in Return of the Jedi. So
yeah. But this is like what?
Like almost
10
9
years,
years
like 10
later.
years later. Yeah, 10 years later. I mean,
yeah.
So I don't know what else he was doing with Lucas. What else Lucas had a part in, but I mean,
more likely, him being under contract, he might have had him on like an extended contract. Like George could have even been thinking that he was even thinking about making the prequel. Maybe back then. So
could be. Absolutely. Let's go ahead and jump into some of the cast here and everything. This is our first look at Jennifer Aniston. It was her for her film debut, and then of course we know later on she became a global superstar from Friends, playing Rachel Green, and went on to be in some other movies like Office Space, Horrible Bosses. What's that one with Ben Stiller she did? Along Come Polly?
Oh yeah, Along Came Polly. Yeah.
And another one I liked a lot. She's on a road trip with Jason Sudeikis, I think
Meet the Millers? Dude.
Meet the Millers, yes.
Meet the Millers is awesome.
Yes. Very funny movie. But she's had a great career, to say the least. I believe at one point she was also married to Brad Pitt, wasn't she?
Yep.
So,
I want to say, I don't know if they're off or on again, but I think they're together, like right now. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think they are together. So
yeah, I have no earthly idea. I'm not even going to try to figure it out. I know it was funny. He had a guest spot on Friends one time for a Thanksgiving episode.
And I think that's when they were married. So
yeah, it's like it was funny because in school he said that him and Ross had the I Hate Rachel Green fan club. That was always funny.
Yep.
They were the only two people except for the foreign exchange student who couldn't speak English, and he just wanted to belong to something. So, but anyway, Warwick Davis, he was the Leprechaun. Played Wicket, which is in Return of the Jedi. Appeared in Harry Potter franchises as Professor Flitwick, and also doubling as one of the goblins in Gringotts Bank. I believe it was. And one of my favorites that he did, obviously, Willow.
Yeah.
I mean, you gotta like Willow. Were you a fan of the series or was it a series or
it was a series? They only did one season. They canceled it.
Were you a fan of it? Did you like it? I did.
I liked it, but I wish there would have been more of it because they didn't give you enough. They didn't give you enough of it. So
right. I did like it though. So I know a lot of people had some problems with it, but that happens a lot with a lot of things. That people try to redo years later and everything. But I mean, you see all these things coming out these days, like Cobra Kai and stuff. I mean, and I think Cobra Kai is the one that kind of started this whole thing, weren't they? I mean,
Yep, they were actually, and then a lot of people saw the kind of response that it got, and they were like, "Well, let's look at all these other '80s movies and see what we can do with making them into a series." So,
I mean, it's not a bad thing. I mean, it's pretty good. But to each their own. Not everybody's a fan of that kind of stuff. I personally liked it though.
Yeah, I mean, I do too. But like I said, I mean, I know being that Val Kilmer couldn't reprise his role as Mad Murdock. I mean, not Mad Murdock, Mad Mardigan.
He wasn't with the A-Team, Marty. Come on.
yeah.
He's not Howling Mad.
Yeah, Mad Mardigan. But at least they had the woman that was the princess, or in the series she had become queen.
Yeah,
and they had her reprise her role, playing the mother of the lead, I guess, actress that was like the princess.
Mhm.
but she was more like a warrior type. She was following in her dad's footsteps instead of being all prim and proper and everything. So,
Right. Right. Um, but I enjoyed it. I know quite a few people I talked to told me that they just didn't think it was right. It shouldn't be done. But I was like, you got to take it for what it is. It's like the Lord of the Rings, Rings of Power. You
mm,
like it for what it is. You're getting more Lord of the Rings stuff out of it. It may not be word for word with the lore and the history and everything, but I mean,
yeah, out of the book. Yeah.
it is a fun entertaining thing to watch. So, Mark Holton played Ozzy. We called him the special guy there that swallowed the gold coin.
Yeah.
Um, the
He's like,
reason
he's
why
like,
they didn't
I swallowed it. I
he's the
swallowed
reason why
it.
they didn't get away at the end too very 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 well. I mean, he swallowed a coin. He's known for playing Chubby in Pee Wee's Big Adventure, and as well as a few other things. He was in Teen Wolf.
Uh-huh.
Played one of
He
Scott's
was
friends
one
on the
of the
basketball team.
basketball players. Yeah.
Yeah. He was in something else I'm thinking of. Mark Holton.
I want to say he was in one of the National Lampoon like movies. It wasn't like with Chevy Chase. It was more like the
Oh,
uh,
he
Van
was in the League
Wilder.
of Their He was in the League of Their Own. He was the older
Oh
version of
yeah, that's
Stillwell.
right. You're gonna live. You're gonna
Yeah,
live.
it is. Yeah, he was in that. Um, but I still seems like there was something else I'm remembering him from as well. And it's got to be back whenever they had like the other uh when you had like okay, he was Mr. Zoltek in Little Giants. Um, one episode of the Young Indiana Jones Chronicles, A League of Their Own, Leprechaun. Uh, he had several, TV appearances in certain things. Naked Gun, Files from the Police Squad. Um, that was actually the first movie, I believe.
Yeah, yeah.
He was in there. Teen Wolf 2 reprised his character in Teen Wolf 2.
Okay.
Stooge Mania, he was the son of Curly. No, I guess I must be thinking of somebody else. I mean, that's all I see him listing as far as the main things go. Pee Wee's Big
Uh-huh.
Adventure, Teen Wolf, and then Leprechaun were the three main things.
Yeah.
So, but he was still in several TV appearances and different shows. He has had a good career and everything.
Uh-huh.
Matter of fact, okay, that's a short. I'm looking at it says Leprechaun Revenge in 2025. He plays Ozzy again, but that's a short. Somebody must have made some little short film thing and got him involved with that.
And had him in it. Oh, that's kind of cool.
Yeah, I guess. I mean, and was there a Leprechaun Returns in 2018?
There was a Leprechaun Origins movie, and that was I think that was in 2018.
Okay, well he's listed as Ozzy in that too.
I don't see how that was a prequel to that was supposed to be a prequel to the first movie because of where it's supposed to show like these people over in Ireland that are like being terrorized by the leprechaun. So
Well, let's see. Let me take a quick look at it. It says the Leprechaun returns once again when a group of girls unwillingly awaken him after they tear down a cabin so they can build a new sorority house.
okay,
That's Leprechaun Returns.
huh. I know they did one that was called Leprechaun Origins. So I
Okay,
think it even had Warwick Davis reprising his role.
that's
But he
probably something
looked
different.
he looked different in that one because he looked more. He didn't look so like old in Leprechaun Origins. You know how like in the first Leprechaun movie he looked all kind of like his fingernails were like real long and
Hmm.
his skin was kind of real wrinkly and everything. Well, in Leprechaun Origins, he didn't look that so twisted. So
He wasn't even Warwick Davis wasn't even the Leprechaun in this movie. It was a guy named Lyndon Porco, Porco. He
Yeah.
played the Leprechaun, and Mark Holton was Ozzy in it. It says so.
Huh.
So there's
All
that
right.
at least. But you know,
Yeah.
good for him getting that work in. Ken Olant was Nathan Murphy. You didn't see a whole lot of him. All
Yeah,
right.
he didn't have like a big career. Only thing I remember him from was Summer School.
Summer
So
school. Yeah, he was in summer school. Um, he had something that was I don't know if you remember this or not. I did not remember this, okay? But I said I was going to bring this up to you for sure as soon whenever we talked about this. So, summer school Leprechaun. He was an April Fool's Day as well.
that's right. I forgot
Um,
about April Fool's Day.
did you ever see a TV series that he was in?
I want to say yes because I do remember his face,
Hmm.
and I want to say he was in a TV series, but I just can't place the series.
So you don't know you don't remember what it was called or anything?
I don't remember what it's called.
Super Force
Super Force.
in
What
1990.
is
Super Force.
that? What? That's a ripoff of X Men. That's
No, it is
that's a
not a
crazy
ripoff.
that's that crazy
It's
Mutant
not a
X
rip.
show.
It's not. It's not a rip. This says he's the detective is prepared by the police to become unbeatable in combating crime in the year 2020, armed with a fabulous bike. It's got him, Larry B. Scott in it, and Lisa Niemi. Um, but he's got this suit on, and the suit is kind of special. Um, I don't want to say it's like an Iron Man suit or anything like that, but
That's a ripoff, dude. Marvel's gonna sue.
it says this television movie is a 2-hour pilot. After the series was picked up, the pilot was broken into first 4 half-hour episodes in season 1, A Hero's Welcome 1 and 2, and then Too Late the Hero Part 1 and 2. So yeah, it's in 1990. Super Force. Look it up
Super Force.
when you get a
Okay.
chance. You guys will get a kick out of it. I was like, wow. I kind of want to find it now if I can and watch an episode or two just to see what it was like.
Yeah, just see how crappy it was.
I mean, hey, it might be good for all we know. You know, we're not even sure.
Well, you won't even take my advice about that movie that I told you to watch. So
all right. Are we talking about Jurassic Nom? Are we talking
yeah,
about that one?
we're talking about Jurassic now.
So Marty here has watched a movie on Hulu, which I don't have Hulu anyway, but he's watched a movie on Hulu where it is based in Vietnam, and this group of guys get sent in to find these special
Green
forces
Berets,
people,
yeah.
Green Berets, who are missing, and they get there and they find out that there are
dinosaurs all over the damn place.
Right? Yes, dinosaurs in Vietnam. Therefore, I call it Jurassic Nom. I don't know why he thought this was a cool movie to watch,
Dude,
but he is
good.
obsessed with this.
It is good. You can't argue with me on this. The movie was good.
Was it a musical?
Partially.
Horror comedy. I mean, what?
No, there wasn't no comedy, but there was a lot of music they played in it. A lot of old Vietnam music. A lot of old 60s, 70s music.
I bet you they got Fortunate Son in there, don't they?
They do.
I knew it. You can't have a Vietnam movie without having that song.
Fortunate Son, yeah. You gotta have some CCR.
Robert High Gorman played the kid Alex, and he's been in a lot of stuff as an older guy, but I guess I've never noticed him because I mean, I didn't watch a lot of things from him as a kid growing up as a teenager into an adult. I just saw him as a kid in several movies, and then I'm seeing pictures of him as an adult, and I'm like, okay, well, I don't really recognize him from these shows, but then again, I wouldn't have been looking for him either. But he was the kid in here that was friends with Ozzy and and Nathan.
Man, he was the one that was all like, "We're keeping this gold. This is our gold.
Right.
We
They
we
were
ain't
gonna
sharing
keep
with
the gold.
nobody."
And then he was the kid. He was one of the kids, and don't tell mom the babysitter's dead.
That's right. He was. I totally forgot that.
Yeah, he was the one
Yeah.
ordering all the stuff with the fund money or something, the rainy day fund.
Uh-huh. Yeah.
So, and I don't remember anything him as an adult. He's been in various things as an adult in a lot of different TV series and everything, episode or two here and there. I don't think he had like a series of his own that he was in, but he's been in,
So
he's been
he
in some things.
was a supporting. He was like a supporting kind of actor.
Yeah, he's been a career supporting actor for the most part. Yes, definitely. So nobody else in the cast really stands out to me, to be honest with you, as far as other things that I've seen them in.
Yeah,
Now,
I mean,
if you have,
even the people that got killed didn't even look like they were anybody that they were just like nonchalant little people that just got thrown in there and then said, "All right, you're here for about 10 seconds and let this dude kill you right fast."
right, and you mentioned earlier that that Alex was like, "We're going to keep this gold, Ozzy. This is our gold." They're taking it to a place to get it looked at, right? And the guy
Yeah.
keeps a coin. He keeps a coin to look at it. Well, the leprechaun is out to get his gold because, I mean,
Yeah.
I quote, he says at the beginning of the film, "Try as they will and try as they might, who steals me gold won't live through the night." So he's already freed
Yeah,
by
he's already
accident.
pissed.
Yeah, he got freed by accident, and now he's looking for his gold. And the first person that he reveals himself to is Ozzy, and nobody believes Ozzy because Ozzy's always saying crazy things all the time.
Yeah,
Right?
aliens are coming.
Right. Right. And
Yeah.
then when he calls for the cops won't come because he's saying crazy things. Send the army, send the navy, send the Air Force.
Leprechaun.
We need tanks. Yeah, it's like no. But the guy they take it to, he's got the coin there, and he don't know what to make of it. It's really old, it's got some strange writing on it and everything. And the leprechaun goes there and basically introduces himself to the guy, to the shop owner, so he wants his gold and everything.
Yeah,
And
like, hand it.
so he ends up killing this guy, obviously, right? And in true horror comedy fashion, like when Freddy Krueger has a funny one-liner, like the girl who gets caught in the giant-sized roach motel, and he looks into it and goes, "You check in, but you don't check out."
Crunch.
Same thing with this. The leprechaun jumps on a pogo stick. He's jumping around going, "This old lep, he played pogo on his lung." He starts jumping up and down on him.
Boing.
It's got a little humor to it. It's got some funny parts, I mean, but is what it is.
Well, oh, dude, after he kills the dude in the shop, and so he's got his coin. He's shining on it and stuff like that, and he's looking around. And he's like, oh, there's me ride, and he gets in that little lowrider truck, and he starts stealing all the stuff and loading it in the back of the truck, and takes off down the road. And when the cop pulls him over, I thought that was hilarious. That cop's like, "Aren't you out a little late, son?"
No. He says, "Aren't you a little young to be out this late?"
Yeah, aren't you a little young?
He says, "No, I'm 600 years old." So, well, one of the funny things in the film too, since we're tossing funny things out there, I don't want to give one of them away because it was like the funniest thing in the movie to me, and it was so subtle. But this one, I'll go ahead and talk about this one. I forget where he's at when it happens. I think he had just killed somebody or something like that, but he looks around and he sees all these dirty shoes, and he has to stop and start cleaning his shoes to make them look presentable. He can't leave till he does it.
He's spit shining on. He's like, right. He pulls out this little hanky thing from his shirt. He's all like,
right. Crazy. Oh my god! Look, that Super Force, by the way, I mentioned to you earlier. Here, I found the thing I was looking for earlier to tell you about it. Science fiction action television. This is what Mark Olant was in. Science fiction action television series that aired syndication from 1990 to 1992. It went 2 seasons. It
No, it did
follows
not.
a vigilante ex-astronaut using a technologically advanced combat suit to fight crime in a dystopian near future America. The show became a cult favorite for its blend of futuristic tech and superhero themes. Uh, 2 seasons, 48 episodes.
What? Get out of here.
Serious as a heart attack.
48 episodes.
Serious as a heart attack, man. That's what it says. Technology says the series' signature feature was a Superforce exosuit and armored ensemble equipped with enhanced strength, protective shielding, and onboard weaponry. What does that sound like?
Iron Man.
Iron Man all day long.
Oh, yeah, all day long. Iron Man. I mean,
Paired with a specialized motorcycle capable of flight and pursuit.
that's
Mask.
Mask.
Mobile
That's
Armor
like
Command.
taking two different genres and making it into one genre.
90s visions of near future robotics and defense technology, it says. Anyway, I just want to throw it out there while I was looking at it before I forgot it. It's crazy. Pre-production and behind the scenes things. Well, we'll just say pre-production. Originally envisioned as a straight horror film, but audiences responded better to the humor, leading to a tonal shift into horror comedy. Early test screenings led to reshoots, adding more jokes and over-the-top kills. Jennifer Aniston has openly distanced herself from the film early in her career. However, she later embraced its cult status, but she didn't like that movie as her first movie ever. It's like she was ashamed of it or something.
A lot of big name actresses that get their first starts,
Mm-hmm.
they pretty much always bash their first movie.
Mm-hmm.
But to tell you the truth, if they hadn't made that first movie, they would not be recognized as a well-known actress.
And later on,
it builds their career,
right?
So,
and later on, she felt bad about it. That she apologized to Warwick Davis for saying it was such a bad film, and he liked it because it spawned off several sequels.
Yeah,
for him
it was a paycheck for him.
Right. I mean, and the Leprechaun's personality, he says, was heavily shaped by Warwick Davis, who improvised many of the character's quirks. Now check this out. Though. This is huge. This is good. Box office performance. It was budgeted around $900,000. Box office roughly worldwide. Now that's worldwide. I know this ain't a big number for worldwide, but it's a big number compared to what you paid to make it.
Yeah, probably made like 30 million or something.
No, 8.5 million worldwide.
Oh, okay.
But I mean,
I was thinking once it hit DVD, it probably got more.
I'm sure it did. I'm sure it did. It said it was a modest hit that spawned a long-running franchise, including multiple sequels like Leprechaun 2, Leprechaun 3, and even Leprechaun in the Hood.
Which one of them had Snoop Dogg in it. I just don't know which one. It was either one or two.
I would assume Leprechaun in the Hood. I probably shouldn't assume that, but I mean, since Snoop Dogg is well known
in the hood,
rap music and everything and stuff like that. Leprechaun 3, I think, was in space, wasn't it?
4, I think. Yeah, I know it was. It was just called Leprechaun in Space.
Okay.
Which was that was 4. The third one was where he goes to Vegas and tries to take over because the thing is, in the third movie, the reason why he goes there is because there's like this big thing of like so many $1 million worth of coins that are in this big pot, and it basically looks like like his pot where he's like throwing his gold coins in, and he's like, "That's mine."
What do you think is the most memorable element about the movie? Like what is it about the movie that makes the movie that is most memorable to you, that you think about the most when you think about the movie Leprechaun?
Oh, the humor. I I love the humor behind this movie, even though it's considered to be a horror movie. I mean, it has its horror moments, but the humor is what pushes it over the top for me. I mean,
A lot of people
because
have come to the conclusion that the Leprechaun's creepy rhymes became one of the film's most memorable elements.
yeah,
All the creepy rhymes that he puts out there. Um, so the film mixes Irish folklore with classic slasher tropes. We know this already. It helped launch one of the weirdest horror franchises of the '90s. This is just fun facts, basically. Warwick
yeah.
Davis performed many of his own physical stunts, adding realism to the character, and Jennifer Aniston wore a wig throughout the movie.
She had short hair in the movie.
It says she wore a wig, so
Uh,
either her hair was long and she had short hair to begin with, or shorter hair than what she had.
yeah,
I don't know for sure, but something.
I think I know that. I think I know the reason why is because her hair in the movie was a brunette, and her hair in real life is like really like a dirty blonde color.
Okay,
So they might have wanted a brunette for that role.
that's very possible.
So,
Very possible. Um, they were talking about the different, the rhymes and stuff that the Leprechaun does. And did you? I only remember the three him laughing, singing the "This Old Lep." He played one bit,
uh-huh.
and the "Try as they will, try as they might, who steals me gold won't live through the night."
Well,
Those
I
two
want to put that,
things.
and then at the very end of the movie, when he falls into the well, he
It
throws
says
out that rhyme, and then it's a curse
it
saying
says
that you can
here
never get rid of me. So
narrating. It says narrating from down in the flaming well. I'll not rest till I have me gold. Curse this well that me soul shall dwell till I find me magic that breaks me spell.
yeah, yeah,
And that's when it went off. So you knew there was going to be another Leprechaun movie at that
yeah,
point
yeah.
when they did that.
Which was crazy because when the second movie come out, it didn't even hardly have anything to do with the first movie, because in the second movie he's basically looking for his so-called bride that he was supposed to be married to, when he was younger, when he was only like maybe 200 or 300 years old instead of being 600 years old.
Yeah.
And then basically the townsfolk basically give this girl off to be his wife, and and then somehow she tricks him and then locks him in a tree, or something happens. But then, like, so many years later, they're like a descendant of the girl that was going to marry him. She's like somewhere in the U.S. and then basically the tree that he's locked in, it somehow he releases him, and then he makes his way over to America to find her, and then that's when the old craziness begins. So,
And that was the second one, right? Where he
and
has
that was
a
the second one, yeah.
yeah, because he has the guy who is there that's like his slave or something to him that he
Yeah.
won't release, and then he offers to release him if this girl right there he'll take as his bride, and he looks up and it's his daughter.
Uh-huh.
It was
Yeah.
his daughter, and he did so. He did something though that kept him from doing it. And I don't remember what it was, but uh,
Yeah,
the,
I remember, and then the dad had something to do with the curse that puts him into the tree, and
yeah,
then right before the tree, like, takes him and grabs him or whatever, the leprechaun grabs her dad and like twists his head clean around. So
yeah, yep. According to Warwick Davis, there were many conflicts between the production and distribution company Trimark Pictures. Production wanted to make a horror movie with many gore elements similar to Friday the 13th Saga or Nightmare on Elm Street, while Trimark wanted something similar to Critters or Gremlins that were horror comedies suitable for all audiences. Says through editing and different versions of scenes, a mixed variety of gore and humor were added. The movie was originally planned as a straightforward horror film, but Davis sought to add more comedic elements to it. They
Which I'm
agreed.
glad he did. So
Yeah,
because
it definitely made a difference.
it did make a difference. So because that whole part where where the leprechaun was hiding underneath the truck and he's like rubbing on the back of her leg. And then
Yeah.
she's thinking that it's old boy that's rubbing on the back of her leg.
Right.
And then she sees him over there with the paint cans, and she's like, "What's rubbing on the?" And then he scratches her and everything. And then that's when they hop in the truck and then take her to the hospital to like get like a tetanus shot or thinking that it was some kind of critter that got her. That part was hilarious too because you see them leave in the truck and then you see him go running into the barn and then next minute he's on that little tricycle and he's like
right. It did look funny, didn't it? The little
Yeah,
thing
it
riding
looked
around there all
hilarious.
funny. Lord. This is for the scene where Warwick Davis chases Jennifer Aniston in a wheelchair. Aniston had to run and jiggle, it says, in slow motion so Davis could keep up with her as he had trouble manipulating the wheels. The wheelchair was too big and hard to control because he was wearing rubber gloves. The Mark Jones writer director, the thing was influence. It says we mentioned Critters and Gremlins, also Child's Play.
I can believe that. There was that it felt a little Child's Play because Child's Play being that it was a horror movie,
Right?
it was a comedy induced horror movie,
right? Had some funny stuff in it.
Yeah.
You mentioned earlier about VHS and DVD sales and everything. The film grossed nearly 15 million in sales in VHS and DVD formats, thanks to the worldwide recognition of Jennifer Aniston. That was a year later. A year later, after Leprechaun, she got the start on Friends. So, since she was so well known with that, people started buying that movie, knowing it was her first movie.
Yeah. See, there's your money makers right there. When VHS and DVD, when it gets that it gets that cult status. So,
I wonder how much of the money that the actors seen from the sales of the.
It all depends. I mean, if it was in their contract, say, you get like 1 or 2% or 3% of like each sale of a DVD or a VHS. The one person that made out like a bandit, and I think we've even talked about it, or you've even said, even Travis even talked about
Robert Downey Jr.
No, well, him, Robert Downey Jr., because he invested a lot of money in Iron Man, the first movie. But the man that made out like a super bandit was Jack Nicholson playing the Joker in the original Batman movie.
Yeah.
That man had he had something to do with the money producing the movie. He had in his contract that every time this movie gets played, I get like a big old chunk of money. Yeah. So
Who doesn't like a big old chunk of money though? Who doesn't like that?
He made out like a super bandit.
So here it says the movie was filmed from October 28th, 1991 to December 3rd, 1991, but not released until January 8th of 93. That's a while of production.
Yeah, that is. Well,
Crazy.
they probably kept it on the shelf for a while too.
They could have. So, what about dude getting caught in the bear trap? he got caught He stepped in a bear trap, and that's when he first sees the leprechaun at that point too.
Uh-huh. He's all like, and the leprechaun, he was all like, does it hurt?
Doesn't hurt.
Does it
Yeah,
hurt?
it's crazy. I brought that up because in a minute I'm going to ask you about something, and I'm leading up to one of my memorable moments in the movie because of the bear trap. But a couple of questions for you here before we get ready to close up for the night here. In your opinion, does Leprechaun work better as a horror movie or does it work better as a comedy movie?
It works better as a comedy horror.
But no, you get to pick one of the two. Is it
No,
is it
no, no,
is
no,
it
no, no,
is
no,
it
no, no, no,
better?
no, 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 no.
Is the horror part of the movie better, or is the comedy part better to you?
The comedy part. I hate to admit it, but the comedy part is way better, dude. If I think if they'd have just went strictly horror with this movie and just turned it into just like another, slasher type movie, it would have probably done okay.
I think
But
it would have still done well.
yeah, I think it would
But as
have.
good as it did, I mean, I don't think it would have changed much.
Yeah.
How do you think this compares to other early '90s horror films? The earlier ones, not the ones like, not like Scream. And I know what you did last summer and stuff, but other horror movies in the early '90s similar to this one.
I can't remember when Critters when that released. I can't remember if that was late '80s or if it
Critters was in the '80s.
Okay.
I think Critters and Gremlins and Ghoulies, I think it was.
Yeah, they were all in the late '80s. So I don't know. I mean, it's kind of. I'm trying to remember all the horror movies that released like in '90 or '91 or '92. I mean, well, no, Hellraiser, that was in the '80s.
Wasn't Child's Play one of the early '90s ones?
I want to say yes, but I want to say that even released around the same time that Leprechaun did, like in the mid '90s, like '93 or '94.
I mean, that's okay. I mean, that's all right. I mean, if it was around the same time frame, but I mean, you're still comparing it to other horror movies and everything, so it's cool. What do you think is to me? I know the answer to this one personally, but my opinion anyway. But in your opinion, is the Leprechaun actually scary or is it just entertaining?
Entertaining.
That's what I say. I think it's just entertaining.
It's entertaining.
Nothing really scary about the movie to me.
Yeah, I mean, he looked really crazy looking, but I mean, but the thing is, it's like I could literally if that little dude was like running around in my house, the only thing I'd have to do is just go to my daughter's room and get right there back behind her door and just start throwing shoes at his ass. So,
that's like what is it? What is it? It was in Supernatural, the TV series Supernatural. But they noticed
the fairies, yeah.
Was it the fairies? They gonna start picking things up and counting it?
Yeah, it was fairies at one point, and I think when they took all that grain of salt and they threw it out onto the ground, and that one dude, he's all like, "Damn you!"
Yeah.
And he's all like, "One."
I would count all of it.
Yeah.
Where does this rank among the strangest horror villains ever to you?
Where does it rank among the strangest horror villains?
Yeah, where does Leprechaun rank among the strangest horror villains? Not the movie, just the Leprechaun itself, the character.
Wow.
Like Freddy Krueger's the character of himself. He's in your dreams. Pinhead's, strange. You get the needles all in his head and face and everything.
Exactly.
So, of all the strange ones there are, where does this guy land?
Cool, man. I don't know if you've ever seen this movie, but there's a movie that they did in the late '80s that was called Reanimator.
Yeah,
and it almost
that's
it
strange.
it's almost like right there with like the I mean Reanimator was all about like reanimated like zombies almost, but that had that the Reanimator had that throw that just kick you right in the gut comedy that that basically Leprechaun had that same that same aspect. It's kind of hard to actually. I mean, comparing the Leprechaun to like Freddy or Jason or Michael or Pinhead or you could almost compare him to like that franchise, the Ghoulies, because they were just like they were little creatures that were just kind of running around and killing people.
Yeah.
So,
Do you
or
remember?
even do you remember that movie The Gate?
Yes.
I mean, even that movie had like weird looking creatures in it. And then at the very
Look
end, it
like?
was like,
Did that look like claymation? Was that claymation? I don't know. The thing
yeah,
falls
it
down and
was.
breaks up, and
Yeah, it was claymation in that movie. So,
some crazy looking stuff. You remember they re-released years down the road a new version of A Nightmare on Elm Street.
yeah,
They
with the
redid Michael
neckline.
Myers. They redid Halloween and Friday the 13th. Would a modern reboot work of this? And in your opinion, should it lean more serious or comedic? And before you answer, I just want to throw it out there that the remakes of the other movies were a little less humorous and more about being horror. So
Hmm.
would you take this the same direction, or would you still keep the same comedic touch to it?
I mean, in a way, they kind of already did that because when they did the prequel,
Mhm.
Leprechaun Origins, it did not go towards the comedy part. It
Okay.
was more It was more like Leprechaun is there. He is going to kill you. I'm not going to make no comedic gestures about it. I'm just going to do you in. I mean, that's basically like if you ever get a chance, watch Leprechaun. It's called Leprechaun Origins, and it's supposed to be a prequel to like you know even the first movie. So
Okay. Works for me. Favorite part of like favorite scene in the movie, or anything that's memorable that stands out to you?
Uh, the part where after the cop pulls him over, and then like he literally like reaches up and grabs the cop's face and just starts ripping into it,
Yeah.
and then and then basically the cop is like running through the woods for his life, and then the leprechaun is just like hauling ass behind him and running up, and then so he literally like he's throwing stuff at him, and then he finally takes out his billy club and he throws that at the leprechaun, and then the leprechaun's all like, "Oh no!" and he throws his arms up and he's like, he runs that like he runs literally out of the scene, like you
Yeah.
don't even see him no more, and the cops all like, "Oh, thank God." And he leans up against a tree. And as soon as he leans up against the tree, oh, Davis Ward comes right down on his shoulders. And he's all like, "Gotcha." And then he's like, twists and snaps his neck. And then the whole scene where Warwick Davis is just like, he's he's literally grabbed him like right underneath the chin, and he's like pulling at him, and he's like, "What's wrong? What's wrong, son? What's wrong?" And he's just playing with this dude's dead body, like he's like, "I found me a new toy."
Is that the one where he takes the eye out and he shows it to the girl and
Yeah,
says, "Eye for
yeah,
an eye, darling."
eye for an eye.
I mentioned to you earlier about the bear trap where he gets caught in the bear trap and he's like, "Oh, does that hurt?" and all these things. So the guy's hobbling around the whole movie, right, trying to shoot him with a shotgun. And
Yeah.
first off, how many shells does this shotgun hold? It's like he shoots like 20 shots in a row
like
before you see
100. It holds 100. Thank
That's
you very much.
20 to 25 before he even reloads. It looks like. But anyway, it's so subtle. This thing as it happens, it's so subtle, and some people may not even notice it. But when he's running, when the leprechaun's running out the door, this might be where he goes after Ozzy. It says, "I swallowed it. It's in my stomach," or something, or I don't know, something like that. He runs past the dude with the bum leg, and he hits him behind the leg and the ankle. It knocks it out from under him. And goes, "How's the leg?" And he keeps on running.
Yeah.
It's just such a little subtle thing that happens. It was one of the. It's like bad dad jokes to me. I laugh at the most subtle bad dad jokes there are. And this just reminded me of something similar, not as a dad joke, but it's just such subtle humor to run by, smack the leg and make him fall down and be like, "How's the leg?"
How's the leg? Yeah, exactly. But to tell you the truth, that was literally like probably one of the goriest scenes out of the movie. Because when he jumps Ozzy, dude, he is just like them nails just like look like they're 10 times longer. And he's just like ripping into Ozzy's face.
Scratching him up good.
Yeah, I mean, he's just like tearing him up.
Man. Well, I guess, Marty, we should go ahead and start locking this show up, I guess. We're right at the 55-minute mark of the show. So time flies when you're having fun, I guess.
Yeah, or when you're talking about Leprechaun.
Oh, when you're talking about Leprechaun. I don't have his gold, so he can't be cursing me.
Yeah, me neither.
But like I said earlier, beginning of the show, follow us on YouTube, like and subscribe there, hit that bell so you know we got something new come out. Follow us on Facebook, follow us on Instagram. We're on TikTok, but it's not as often I get things on there because I'm not very TikTok savvy, although I try. But you'll always see the videos here and the shorts and everything on YouTube where we're at now. So just make sure you do like and follow us and everything. If you like the show, you like this kind of topic, make sure you tell your friends about us and get them to follow us as well. It's a fun topic to talk about. And we just had a live recently, if any of you were there for it. We were live on YouTube, Facebook, and Instagram, and we're going to do it again soon. I'm not sure what we'll talk about next time, or if it just be just a basic hangout, just BSing and talking about whatever. It could have a topic or something. Who knows? And we'll probably
maybe a smidgen of a topic.
Maybe a smidgen, and we'll probably have a poll to go along with it for you to participate in and answer on the poll. That'll be fun. So, but Leprechaun to close out. It's one of those movies that basically shouldn't work, Marty, but somehow it does. It's really cheesy.
It does. It does.
It's really cheesy. It's weird.
And it is nostalgic. It's like
it is. It is. I mean, it's like you said, it's totally unforgettable. It's a cult classic that defines what our show we have here is really all about. We really like these crazy movies and everything, right? We like these cult classic type things that stand out. That's what makes it last so long in our heads. I think that we remember them so well because of how cheesy and much of a classic it is and everything. But anyway, so whether you're here for the horror, the laughs, or just to see Jennifer Aniston before Friends, this one was well worth revisiting. We hope you enjoyed it and everything. And Marty, I believe there's one thing that these people should remember and do, and that would be
always stay retro.